Hello and welcome to Plainly English, the podcast for learners who want to speak English clearly and with confidence. I am your host, Jennifer.
And I'm Smith. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Before we start our topic, we have a small request.
Yes, please subscribe, like, and share our podcast today. It helps us reach more learners just like you.
Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about today's topic. It is a big one. We are talking about how to stop translating in your head and start thinking in English.
That's right, Jennifer. Many learners do this. They think in their first language, and then they translate every word to English.
Exactly. Smith, can you give us an example of what that looks like?
Sure. In Spanish, to say you are hungry, you say tengo hambre. If you translate that directly, word for word, it is I have hunger.
Right. But in English, we don't say I have hunger. We say I am hungry.
Exactly. So translating in your head can cause mistakes. It also makes speaking very slow.
It does. You have to think twice, first in your language, then in English. It's a lot of work.
And it can make you feel tired and frustrated when you speak.
So, the goal is to think directly in English. This makes you speak faster, more naturally, and with more confidence.
But how do we do that? It sounds very difficult.
It takes practice, but it is not impossible. We have some simple tips to help you start. Our first tip is to start small. Very small.
How small?
Start with single words. Just one word at a time. Look around the room you are in right now.
Okay, I am looking around. I see a desk, a chair, a lamp.
Perfect. When you see the chair, try to think the word chair in English. Don't think of the word in your language first.
Ah, I see. So you connect the object directly to the English word. I remember when I first started learning a new language, I would carry a small notebook with me everywhere. Whenever I saw something, I would write down the English word for it. It was like a little game. By the end of the rest of the day, my book was full of new words. It was very motivating.
That's a lovely image. And it shows how this simple practice can make learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your life. It's about making English a companion in your daily activities, not just a subject you study.
That feels easy. I can do that. I can practice this anywhere. In the kitchen, I can think table, fork, cup.
That's a lovely image. And it shows how this simple practice can make learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your life. It's about making English a companion in your daily activities, not just a subject you study. That's a lovely image. And it shows how this simple practice can make learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your life. It's about making English a companion in your daily activities, not just a subject you study.
I remember when I was learning a new language, this was the first thing I did. I put sticky notes on everything in my house. A note on the table that said table, a note on the mirror that said mirror. It looked a little crazy, but it worked.
Exactly. Do this for a few minutes every day. It's a great first step. Now for our second tip.
I remember when I was learning a new language, this was the first thing I did. I put sticky notes on everything in my house. A note on the table that said table, a note on the mirror that said mirror. It looked a little crazy, but it worked.
That's a fantastic idea, Smith. It's like you're making the language a physical part of your world. It's not just an idea in a book anymore. It's right there on your fridge.
I remember when I was learning a new language, this was the first thing I did. I put sticky notes on everything in my house. A note on the table that said table, a note on the mirror that said mirror. It looked a little crazy, but it worked. And this works for everything, not just objects. You can do it with colors, blue, red, green, or feelings. When you feel happy, think the word happy.
That's a great point. It's about building those direct mental connections. The less you rely on your native language as a bridge, the stronger your English foundation becomes. It's about creating a new, direct pathway in your brain. Tip 2 is to make simple sentences in your head. After you are comfortable with single words, you can try making short sentences.
Okay, what's next? So instead of just chair, I can think, this is a chair.
Yes, or the chair is brown, or I sit on the chair. Keep the sentences very, very simple.
I remember when I first started doing this. I was on a bus. I looked out the window and thought, that is a big tree. Then the tree is green. Then I see a small dog. It felt a bit silly at first, but it was so helpful. Okay, so I see my cup of coffee. I can think, this is my coffee. The coffee is hot. I like coffee.
You've got it. You are creating thoughts directly in English. It's a very powerful exercise. That's a lovely image, Smith. It's like you're creating a little story in your head. I used to do the same thing with my garden. I'd think, the tomato is red. The leaves are green. I see a small butterfly. It was a very peaceful way to practice. It really is. When I was learning French, I used to do this on my bus ride to work. I would look out the window and think, that is a big tree. The car is red. A man is walking his dog. It felt silly at first, but it became a fun little game.
I remember when I was learning a new language. This was a big moment for me. I used to just see a tree, but then I learned to think, that is a tall tree, or the leaves on the tree are green. It felt like I was unlocking a new level in a game.
That's a fantastic point. It's like building a mental muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. At first, it might feel strange, like you're playing a game. I am picking up the remote control. I am changing the channel. But over time, that inner voice becomes more natural.
I remember when I was learning a new language. I used this tip with my cat. Every morning I would think, this is my cat. He is black and white. He is sleeping. It was a simple, fun way to practice. I like that. It's not stressful. Just simple thoughts about what is around me. Exactly. And don't worry about making mistakes. I remember when I first started, I would make funny sentences. I saw a bird in a tree and I thought, the bird is flying. But the bird was not flying. It was sitting. It made me laugh, but it was a thought in English.
That's the key. Keep it simple and fun. This brings us to tip number 3, which is a bit bigger. Tip 3 is to narrate your day. This means you describe your actions in your head using simple English.
I'm ready.
Exactly. For example, when you wake up in the morning, you can think, I am waking up now. I am turning off my alarm. I am getting out of bed.
Oh, so like a movie narrator for my own life? And then in the bathroom, I am brushing my teeth. I am washing my face.
Yes. When you are making breakfast, you can think, I am getting the milk from the fridge. I am pouring the milk. I am making toast.
I remember when I started doing this, I would narrate my evening. I am cooking dinner, I'm chopping vegetables, now I'm watching TV. It made my daily routines feel like language practice.
That's a lovely image. And it shows how this simple practice can make learning feel less like a chore and more like a part of your life. It's about making English a companion in your daily activities, not just a subject you study.
And you can make it more detailed as you learn more. At first, you might think, I am making coffee. Later, you can think, I am grinding the coffee beans. I am boiling the water. I am pouring the water into the cup. It grows with you. This is a great idea. You are practicing English all day long, but without talking to anyone. You can do it silently.
That's the best part. No fear of making mistakes. It's just you and your English thoughts. It helps your brain build the habit of thinking in English.
That's a very practical tip. I think our listeners can start doing that today.
I hope so. Now, let's move to tip number 4. This is about learning new words. Tip 4. Use an English to English dictionary.
Okay, how should we learn new words? You mean not a dictionary that translates from my language to English?
Correct. Use a learner's dictionary. These dictionaries explain English words using other simple English words. Of course, let's take the word enormous. If you look this up in a translation dictionary, you get one word in your language. But in a learner's dictionary, it might say, very, very big.
Can you give an example? So you stay in English. You learn the new word by using words you already know.
Precisely. This keeps your brain working in English. It stops the habit of translating back and forth.
That's a smart way to build vocabulary. Many good learners' dictionaries are available online for free.
They are. It's a great tool. So that was tip 4. Are you ready for tip number 5? Tip 5 is to immerse yourself in English. This means you should surround yourself with English as much as possible.
Yes, let's hear it. So, listen to more English?
Yes, but it's important to choose the right things. Listen to things you can understand. Like this podcast, we speak slowly and use simple words.
That's a good point. If the English is too fast or difficult, it can be frustrating.
Right. You can also watch children's TV shows or cartoons in English. The language is simple and clear.
And what about reading?
Reading is great too. Start with children's books or graded readers. These books are written for different English levels.
Another small thing you can do is change the language on your phone to English.
Oh, that's a clever idea. You see English words every time you use your phone. Words like settings, messages, call.
It's a simple way to add more English to your daily life. The more you see and hear simple English, the more natural it becomes to think in English.
These are all fantastic tips. We have one last one, and it is maybe the most important.
What is it, Jennifer?
Tip number 6 is, be patient with yourself.
That is very important. Learning a new skill takes time.
Yes. You have been thinking in your first language your whole life. You can't change that in one day or 1 week.
It's okay if you forget and start translating again. Just notice it and gently go back to trying to think in English.
Be kind to yourself. Every little step is progress. Celebrate the small wins, like when you think a full sentence in English without translating.
Patience is key. Consistency is also key. A little practice every day is better than a lot of practice once a week.
That's wonderful advice, Smith. Shall we do a quick recap of the tips for our listeners?
Let's do it. First, we talked about why you should stop translating. It's slow and can cause mistakes.
Then, our tips. Tip 1. Start small with single words.
Tip.U2. Make simple sentences in your head.
Tip 3. Narrate your day, describing your actions.
Tip 4. Use an English to English dictionary for learners.
Tip 5. Immerse yourself in simple English content.
And the last one, tip 6. Be patient and kind to yourself.
That's it. We hope these tips help you on your journey to thinking in English. Remember, it's a process, and you can do it.
Thank you so much for listening to Plainly English today. We really appreciate your time. And don't forget, please subscribe, like, and share our podcast today. Have a lovely day.